Legend speaks of the God Spear Lee, a Chinese martial artist whose prowess was said to be enough that he boasted never having to strike the same opponent twice. Today, we are going to be talking about Lee Shuwen, the 4-star Lancer. God Spear Lee clocks in at 9,653 attack as well as 11,360 hit points. For attack, this puts him right under Lancer Alter for 4-star Lancers. However, his hit points do put him dead last when it comes to his 4-star Lancer counterparts, which does make him a little on the fragile side when it comes to raw stats. For his deck, he has a quick arts buster deck. We have 3 hits on the quick cards, 3 on the arts cards, 1 on the buster, 5 on the extra attack. Now, he does have an NP gain of 0.52% on his attack, which is the lowest NP generation in the Lancer class. So this does mean that he is going to have some trouble filling his NP gauge. However, the 3 hits on his 2 arts cards will help you out in this situation. His star weight is 87 and his star rate is 12.2. His star rate outpaces almost all other 4-star Lancers aside from Fion and is on par with a large number of the more popular 5 stars. He does have 3 hits on his quick card, so generating stars should not be much of a problem for him as Lancers go. Moving on to his skill. Number 1, we have Chinese martial arts. This applies sure hit for 1 turn as well as increases critical strength for 1 turn. So at rank 1, you are getting 50% increased critical strength, and at rank 10, you are getting 100%. So this will be fantastic for using those crit stars that he will be generating. Sphere Boundary B applies evade for 1 turn, also increases critical star gather rate for 1 turn. So if you are teaming him up with somebody who may be a rider or somebody with a little bit more of a star weight, you can pop this to increase your star gather rate. However, what you are going to be using this for is the on-demand evade. So the increased critical star gather rate is a nice bonus, but let's be real, you will be using this for the evade. 300% critical star gather rate at rank 1 all the way up to 500 at rank 10. This does get a 6-turn cooldown when you max this out. Now, moving on to Zhao B. I probably butchered that name, I apologize. This applies ignore invincibility for 1 turn as well as increases your arts card effectiveness for 1 turn. So not only is this good for going up against people who may throw down an invincibility, but this is also going to be the bread and butter for increasing the damage on those arts cards as well as your noble Phantasm. At rank 1, we're looking at 30% increase all the way up to 50% increase at rank 10. Now, he only has 1 passive skill. This is Magic Resistance D that increases debuff resist by 12.5%. Moving on to his noble Phantasm, God Spear needs no second strike, which is really weird because it actually has 3 hits. Deals significant damage to a single enemy that ignores defense. This also has a chance to inflict death as well as decreases defense for 3 turns. At Noble Phantasm rank 1, you are doing 900% damage all the way up to 1500% damage. Now, the chance to inflict death on overcharge goes from 40% all the way up to 80%, and you have a flat 20% defense down for 3 turns. One of the nice things about this is that if you're fighting somebody who likes to stack up those defense buffs, he doesn't care. He is going to go right through that, and he's going to decrease the defense for the next 3 turns. Plus, the chance for death, while it's not very reliable, it is always welcome. Moving on to his skill and Ascension materials, he is going to be a little on the pricey side. For his Ascension, you are looking at 15 Dragon Fangs, 8 Octuplet Crystals, as well as 8 Talons of Chaos. You're also looking at 4 Dragon's Reverse Scales. As Ascension materials go, these are not too bad. Now, where it's going to hurt is when we get to the skill materials. You are looking at 12 Octuplet Crystals, 30 Dragon's Fangs, 40 Void Dust, and 12 bicorn horns. 12 bicorn horns per skill is very brutal, not to mention the 30 dragon's fangs. Even though they are fairly easy to farm, that's still 30, and 40 void dust is going to be a big pain as well. So maxing this guy out is going to be very rough when it comes to skills. Taking a look at the craft essence suggestions, you have things like formal craft or projection. These strictly boost art's performance, which indirectly enhances Li Shuwen's NP gain off of his arts cards as well as his NP damage. Given that this is Li Shuwen's primary role, these choices work very well for him. You also have things like another ending, a combined 15% if limit broken arts performance and 25% critical hit strength, which brings even more to his role as a crit arts damage dealer. In terms of teammates, who should you run with him? He works very well on arts teams, so people like Waver, Tamamo, Hans. You also have the option of Mozart, who can buff Lee's NP as well as provide critical stars with his third skill when he gets it. So overall, Lee brings a lot to the table in terms of burst damage as well as interesting kit. It does take a little bit of thought to get the most out of the kit. If his star gather rate was moved more towards his first skill, you would have a much better kit. Realistically, if you are running him with a Tamamo and a Waver with 2030s on them, his star gather is not going to be a problem because of running them with casters as well as having an abundance of stars. So while he does have a bunch of very fantastic positives, his low hit points are a bit of a detriment. It does make him very fragile. However, the on-demand dodge is there to help supplement that, and if you are running him on a Waver Tamamo team that can bring the healing, bring the defense buffs, it will very much help his survivability. So overall, Lee's uniqueness in the game, as well as his niche role as the only single target arts damaging Lancer, makes him a very fantastic pickup. He synergizes very well with the rest of my arts servants. So anyways, guys, I hope that this review helped you out, and I would like to give a huge shout out to all of the Patreons that help make this channel possible. If you would like to join them, go ahead and hit that link down in the description. If you want to help the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the bell notification, and let me know down below what you think of Li Shuwen, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Take it easy. Peace.